Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris. We've reached another milestone. We are episode 20 of Love Island USA Season 2. And I usually say, where would you like to start today? But at the moment, there's really only one show in town, isn't there? So, Mackenzie, Chris, what do you think
Come
of
on
her
down.
today?
Sorry to go across it. Oh, Dave, fucking hell. How wrong have I been about her? There was a little bit of a resurrection for her. I slated her. I said she was a spoilt brat. Dave, she is a fucking brat and a half. And honestly, Jalen, he's not going to fuck around like Connor. He's basically not having her shit. He can see it. Everyone else can see it. You've even got like Johnny and that saying about Connor, do not go, Caleb, do not go near him, and Carrington and stuff. She's horrible. She really is. And what made it even better was she's got some really true friends then, the girls. Justine. I mean, it's a little bit iffy with Kirsten because she's behind her back fucking putting it on Jalen slightly. But because I could see Kirsten's hug when it all kicked off and it was the most pathetic, like, grab of the girls. But you've got like Sally. They're all telling her the right stuff. And Moira, they're all saying to her, like, look, you need to look at it from his point of view. Blah, blah, blah. Sally even has a conversation with Johnny, and Johnny's like, it's all got to be about her. And what does Mackenzie do? Because she doesn't like what Jalen said, whacks the chair in, stomps her feet, goes and has to put the drama so the cameras are on her. Let's go and sleep outside. Comes in. And then when the girls call her out and say, look, you do have to look at it from a different perspective, she then starts calling him out and fucking saying, you don't know, he was so mean to me. And I'm thinking, what? Dave, where the fuck was he mean to her? Come on, please tell me, because I didn't see it. I just saw a spoilt little brat.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of those both barrels that you've just given her. So, I just think that bit, right? So let's hone in on that bit because she was a reoccurring character throughout this episode, wasn't she? And that bit where she's breaking down, it's like, come on, girls, you're supposed to agree with me and just agree that he's a total bastard. But the way she's like, he was just saying all these mean things, and I couldn't get my point across, and that's not what I saw at all. I just saw a very awkward conversation where he was calling you out on your shit. So, and I think that the reaction from the girls is really telling. So even though they're being all comforting and stuff, when they're having conversations with other people, they're like, hang about, this is what she was like with Connor. And I'm sure we had a conversation last week, Chris, where she was saying, "Oh, I'm so much different here, But when I was with Connor, I was all restricted and stuff." And it's like I say, it's very different because in that initial, on that first day, they're coupled up straight away. And even though they've only just met each other, they are technically like in a couple. And I can see that she goes into that like couples mode, and she becomes, a bit prickly and a bit, possessive and very fucking needy. Whereas when it was kind of Casa Amor time, it was just, a group of 5 girls and 5 lads, and they're kind of having a bit of a holiday. So it's like just chill out and fucking relax, have a good time. Fucking everyone is different like that, Chris. Everyone.
Yeah.
But it's just more obvious with Mackenzie. Now, I'm sorry. Connor was not fucking great. But the thing you can accuse him of is just being a bit shit with his words and kind of like not wanting to have the conflict. But who would want to have the conflict? So otherwise, you end up under the bus like Jalen. So,
Yeah.
and if the girls and the other boys, they hadn't seen what she was like with Connor and she's being the same with Jalen, if Jalen was the first person, they might be, a bit more sympathetic. But no, I think this is just serial behaviour, Chris.
I do. I think, she's been out with a lot of billionaires, Dave, and if she has, fair fucks to her. But at the end of the day, they've probably gone, you know what? She's a beautiful looking girl, but she hasn't got a good personality, Dave. And for me, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Me personally, this is my opinion. She is a really, really pretty and attractive girl, but she's not got an attractive personality. So for me, Dave, I'm out. I just do not find anything about her nice, attractive, anything. She genuinely she just fucking annoys me. And I've actually blamed her. I'm going on a rant here. As a parent of a 19-year-old girl, Dave, I blame the parents. Where the fucking parents in this? Bring them fuckers down. Because they have brought up a child there that wants a good fucking telling that she isn't going to get her own way through life. Because if she thinks she can get that by flashing a smile and probably flashing other things, anyway, then she's not going to get fucking very far. It only lasts for so long. She needs to grow up. And I'm going in on Connor here, Dave. I think Jalen's right, what he said. Like I say, I don't condone cheating, but him and Kirsten, there's an attraction there, a genuine attraction. And I think he was trying to be nice to her. I do think when he said, well, I wasn't sure about your behaviour when you were on TV. And she was like, oh, I can't even get a fucking break. You know what I mean? Like, I was laughing at that. I was thinking, come on, Jalen, that's a little bit too far.
Yeah.
But because don't forget, he's watching like us an edited show. I'm pretty sure she's like that all the way through the Villa, Dave. But trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, we're getting a cut down, stripped out version of her. But fucking Connor, what is he on this, lad? Is he fucking having a bit of the old Bob Hope somewhere, Dave? What is the matter with him?
I think there's just that bit of naivety about him, isn't there? You know, I think, and honestly, Chris, I don't normally troll all the social media. There's just fucking too much of it. But, you know, on Facebook, I did see last night, and someone had wrote that basically they can't be convinced that Connor didn't make a wish with Zoltan. A wish that he could be big. Because he just doesn't seem to have that maturity. And, you know, I think back to the Hideaway when she's like getting all frisky with him and then he's like all giggling. And then, you know, of course, Mackenzie came back and told everyone, you know, about how much he hasn't done. So yeah, I think is it Zoltan or Zoltar? You know but you know what I mean, though, don't you?
Yeah. Love that film. Such a good film. But no, you're right. That's a very good answer because by the end of it, we get a preview and it's fucking on. And even Justine's like, for fuck's sake, no, dude. Honestly, Dave, and you messaged me before and you said hashtag free Connor, and it's just I'm getting to the point now, Dave, where they fucking deserve each other. If he is so much of a mug to go back there, she's going to put it on him now and just try and stay in the Villa. He is a fool, an absolute fucking fool. Basically, if he says, you know, she says jump, he'll say how high, you know what I mean? Because everything she does, he is just going to go with it. He's an absolute fucking lapdog.
Yeah, it is a bit of a puppy, but I can't mark him down too much for that. I just think that he did catch some feelings for Mackenzie, some genuine feelings. And even though, you know, she was trying to accelerate things and he's like, oh, this is going a bit too fast. And he's giving the mixed signals, you know, do you want to be my girlfriend? Oh, no, it's going too fast again. I just think he is one of those people. But once he's got those feelings, you know, he's kind of cut deep with it. So, of course, he only walked in like, was it yesterday, day before? It's hard to tell when they have the weekend day off, isn't it? But
couple of days.
A couple of days, and literally he walked in with Gus, and you know he was all set. He'd had a few days. You know, he could have entertained chatting with the other girls and that. And although he was sociable. You know, he was completely faithful, probably about as faithful as I've seen anyone in that Casa Amor situation. So, you know, I think he's still got those feelings, and I'm going to have to lay it at Mackenzie's feet again. You know, she has decided she's not interested, and now if she's going to go back to Connor on the rebound, I think that's fucking out of order. But I just hope that he listens to what the guys are telling him. You can tell his heart, he still wants to couple up with Mackenzie. He absolutely does. He knows that he shouldn't, but that's what his heart's telling him. And so I just hope and pray, Chris, that he doesn't. And can I just say one thing as well? I mean, it was an absolute for show thing, wasn't it? When Mackenzie got out of the bed and went on the day bed because she wants a bit of attention, a bit of sympathy from everyone as well. She took Gus out there. I couldn't help but wonder, is it a bit of a Toy Story thing where Gus is trying to escape in the middle of the night as well?
I love Toy Story as well. Yeah, you know what though, Dave? I genuinely, I don't know about you, and I know I probably bored everyone senseless with this, but knowing the Las Vegas Strip and knowing, and I've watched videos today, I watch Vegas videos nearly every day, and knowing that it's still fucking busy down there. How has she slept, Dave? Because there's cars, there's all sorts of stuff. The first night we got there in November 2018, we had fucking 4 guys jack-a-hamming a fucking hole in the floor near Bally's where they're staying. So there's all sorts of activity in that area. And I know it isn't as busy as it was because of COVID and that, but it's still Vegas, Dave. There's a lot of American people going there that I know personally, friends of mine. So I just thought, you know what? She's probably slept there for about fucking half an hour, but it looks good on camera. And she gets up and I was like, oh, I'm finished with her. She needs to just go, Dave, completely go, because she's just completely, well, it's fantastic TV because we've just wasted already really half the show talking about her, which is probably what she wants, because any attention is wonderful attention for Mackenzie, but she's just not worth it. She just wants to fuck off now, Dave. Like, get somebody else in for me. I'm just sick of talking about that Muppet.
Yeah, but by God, Chris, I can't wait for tomorrow night's episode.
I mean, either, Dave. And if she does it again, we're going to talk about it again, Dave.
Yeah.
As well.
So I just want Connor to find someone else, Cher, Mackenzie, anyone. But yeah, I just think, Jalen, I get the feeling he's thinking like, yeah, dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, big time, big time. I tell you what, Dave, I've got a bit of a thing about Cher as well, because I know Freckles, I'm not convinced by him at all. I think he's a bit of a player, but Cher, when he went in for the kiss, Dave, I was pissing myself laughing. You called her to a T and said, and obviously Anna did. No, Lorraine it was, wasn't it? Was it Anna or Lorraine with the email yesterday and saying. Anna, sorry, Anna. And she said, she just parachuted in or whatever it was. It was brilliant because she doesn't give. And even when Justine was talking about Caleb after their date, you could see if she took them shades off, Dave, she would have Supermaned her and lasered fucking Justine, I think, because she was not happy about that outcome.
See, the thing is, I didn't have a problem with Cher doing what she was doing, because from the footage we saw, old Freckles was putting in the moves there. And Cher wasn't like massively reciprocating. She wasn't falling over him. She wasn't doing a Mercedes, going in on an aggressive play or anything. The people who are from the original villa have basically got a bunch of golden tickets, Chris. And the objective for the other guys and girls is to get one of those golden tickets and get yourself back into the villa and onto the show. So I never thought Cher was particularly interested. But if you've got someone who's like going to take you back into the villa, why wouldn't you go?
Yeah, that's true. No, hey, I just think he's fucking great, Dave. He's great. To see him get pied off, I thought it was magical, to be honest.
Good. He keeps saying, doesn't he? She challenges me, and he comes out with all these cliches, and it's like, what does it mean? So,
he's just a bellend, isn't he? I mean, I'm fired today.
I tell you
Dave.
what, though, Chris, there are plenty of people getting friend zoned today. So obviously, old Freckles, he was previously with Moira. And then it seemed to be that as soon as Moira saw Freckles come in with someone else, then she's been a wreck ever since. And so, her and Aaron had a chat, and basically they friend zoned each other. What do you reckon to those two?
You know what? It's funny because, like, you'd said it yesterday, and I think Terence had said it. There's a few people mentioned about Moira, and I've been oblivious to this. Usually, my Love Island radar is onto it. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because I'm sort of watching the episodes because my Sam's slightly behind us, Dave. So she's playing catch up because she's not been able to dedicate watching it every day. So I'm having to rewatch some of the episodes as well. And it's usually at that point where I go, I'm going to sleep. But she has, when I've watched the fallout after James and things like that, there is something not right. I think it's what we hit on yesterday. She wants this Cinderella fairy tale guy to come in, Richard Gere officer and a gentleman coming in his fucking sailor suit and all that and take her away. But you're not going to get it. You're not going to get that. That's not real life. And I don't know with her. Like I said, I don't know if she's ever seen a fucking TV show. It's a doubt. Probably, obviously, there's only been one series in the US. Whether she's watched UK or Aussie one, I'm not sure. But she just looks completely out of place to me. She actually looks like she's about 10 years older than everyone. She seems more mature until it comes to talk about relationships, and then she just falls apart. So whether she's been hurt, I don't know. But this is not the platform for her, Dave, because I think she's going to keep doing this all the way through.
Throw in another one. I'm just clearly thinking about yesterday's episode as well. I'm clearly trying to just pair Connor up with anyone apart from Mackenzie. But as much of a fairy tale knight in shining armor that she's looking for, what about Connor?
No, Dave. Connor's taken. The best fucking partnership Connor's had is with fucking Cuddles the Bear. He's got more chance with that one, I think. But no, that could be a good idea, Dave. But we don't see anything, do we? Kirsten's there. And I know that, we've got the Jalen situation. Even fucking Freckles, he's thinking, aye, let's just play a bit more of the fucking game. But he's getting nowhere with her. But even he's fucking trying it on now, thinking, oh, I've had a couple of good chats with her. She went on a date with me. And it's like, mate, you've got no chance. But I do think it's there. Connor is a great looking lad, Dave. And I do think that there's something, potentially could have been something there. But I don't know whether it might just be his personality. The girls are just like, we can't take the piss out of him as much as Mackenzie. You're just going to get a completely vanilla relationship with that guy. I think he's so, doesn't want to kick off with anything. You just won't have any, there'd be no pushing back, would there?
But surely for like an actual relationship, not a Love Island relationship. I just think he seems he's got a good job. He's not just flashing his pecs on Instagram and stuff. He's clearly got some things to work out in terms of conflict. He likes to avoid conflict. I don't know. I just think with what I think Moira is after, I think Connor fits closer to that. But
You could be right.
I mean, I wouldn't wish that on Connor. He's just had one basket case. Don't need another one. But anyway, Chris, we've gone on about all the negatives. So people getting friend zoned everywhere. What do you reckon to the date from Justine and Caleb?
Sweet, Dave. And I tell you now, Dave, I do think they've raced ahead now. You did say it yesterday. I think they're odds-on favourites now. I really, really do. I don't think Johnny and Sally can pull it back. I'd be amazed if they can. These two are sweet on each other. They're talking about family, moving. I must admit, Justine was the one who said, I'm happy to move. He didn't fucking sway once, Caleb. However, they do look good together, Dave. And Caleb said, look, there's no way I would even attempt to go with anyone else in here. I mean, we've heard that before from plenty of contestants, but he has said that. So let's see if that does come off. But yeah, I'm sweet on them too. I think they're a really good match.
Yeah, so I mean, I know Terence on Twitter is saying that he's not convinced by Caleb. He never says anything with substance to her, but it's not the way I'm seeing it. I mean, I think I've said for a little while now that I kind of like his vibe, and he's just very chilled out. He gives out good advice to other people as well, and I don't see them really being challenged that much. Now, saying that, I mean, like you said, we have seen people get right to the end and then just like, fuck it, I'll take a chance. Remember Jordan in Series 5 when he was coupled up with Anna and then just fucking suddenly from out of nowhere just went to couple up with someone else like about 3 days from the final. So, who knows?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think the only saving grace now is it's going to be difficult for people to couple up if someone comes in because Casa Amor's been and gone. Casa Amor is the one excuse that everybody's got to just sort of set free, haven't they? And let me just say one thing about Mackenzie, Dave, is I love the line she said about Jalen. I don't believe this. I've split up with my boyfriend for him. No, you weren't a boyfriend with him. You shared a bed with him because you're on a reality TV show. Let's just go. Anyway, let's not talk about it.
You know what else comes to mind, Chris? It's just it comes back to this human condition thing. I'm almost thinking you have to take with a pinch of salt what anyone actually says to you. You know, if you're just meeting someone and you know you're interested in them romantically and you want to get to know them a bit more, it makes me very suspicious to take on face value what people actually say about their previous relationships. Because Mackenzie will tell you, you know, she's had all these, you know, things where she's been blindsided before and this, that, and the other. She's always the victim in this. Just from what we've seen in the last few weeks, that's not the case at all. But the words that she uses, you know, makes it sound like she is. So, yeah,
It's
makes
a
me
good point.
suspicious, Chris.
It is a good point. No, it's true though, Dave, because you go in a relationship and you're never going to tell the person you're trying to get with or you're attracted to or whatever, you know, the good bits, the bad bits about you. Are you? You're almost like a sales pitch in some respects, aren't you? I mean, Dave, look, it's been Sam 22 years together, and I actually had the chat with her, and you're right. You know, I had a little chat with her about different things, Dave. And unfortunately, she's had to live with the fact that for 22 years, the biggest thing about me is my nose. So that's just one of them things, Dave, despite all my spiel. So it's just the way it is, isn't it? So, yeah, it's interesting. And talking, Dave, about horrendous behavior and some shitty way of doing things. Is there anything more disgusting than today's game, Dave?
Oh, mate, I hate it. I fucking, you know, I'm enjoying this series, but this food game, the old Love Island grocery store, oh, I just can't stand it because I'm literally sat there watching it, gagging myself, just thinking, oh, it's fucking rank. I remember years ago, I was at like a house party and there were various games going on, and you know, one of them, this girl ended up eating ice cream with tomato sauce on it. And I remember at the time, you know, you can't help it, that gag reflex just kicks in, and you're like, but fucking hell, when they're like having the Cheerios and they're putting milk in their mouth and then dropping it in. And then, of course, just to rub it in, the producers make us watch it in slow motion. It's, Chris, it's fucking rank. I hate it.
Yeah, it is. And one thing I would say from a serious point of view, Dave, is it's not the best promotion when you've got fucking COVID going on, is it? I know they're all probably being tested left, right, and centre and all that, but even so, and I know they're sharing a bed, so it probably sounds hypocritical and the kissing and everything, but I was just sat there thinking, and not a lot of things make me heave, Dave. They really don't. You know, when Jordan was a baby, if she was sick or she was going to be sick, you could tell. I used to pick her up and let her be sick all over me, you know, like on my neck, my back, because I didn't want it on the floor. So, you know, the kid Sam would go mad about the carpet. So, no, she wouldn't. But Sam would gag like fuck. I never stuff. I only said 9 kids, Dave. I've seen it all. So, shit like that doesn't make me gag, but fucking hell, as soon as I think it was Johnny put the milk in his mouth, or it might have been Jalen, and then put the cider, and I was like, holy fuck. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. So, yeah, I don't know why they've gone down that route. I just think it's a little bit insensitive, and also it's fucking minging. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if I never see that game again. I mean, it's kind of, I guess what they're thinking is it's slightly amusing, isn't it, to see the contestants have to go through it, and it is pretty rank. And one of the weird things, I mean, Jalen and Mackenzie seem to get on with it okay. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, just the rest of it, oh, it's fucking horrible. And like the chili as well, and the sauce, they're putting mustard and tomato sauce in there. It's like, oh, struggling.
Horrible, mate.
Yeah,
Horrible. So, Dave, we've had another letter today, or letter, an email, a pigeon flew it in again, all the way to Manchester.
Raven.
Right? Yeah, Raven. So, it's from our good friend Karen, and it says, the daggers are out. Hi, guys, get Mackenzie out. She's so far up her own arse and an absolute brat. Poor Connor, he's like a deer caught in headlights. I'm sure he likes her, but he's probably terrified of her too. Has she never seen the show before? Why would America do this to me? Exactly for the reaction you're giving them. This is true. Klingon. I think Lauren looks a bit shifty again. Now, Karen's, I think, a couple of episodes behind us, guys. So I think that's what it is. Obviously, Lauren's the English girl who's been in. I think Lauren looks a bit shifty again. Full of herself. Only day one for me, but I don't think I like her. I'm sure every one of the guys' heads could be turned. Well, Dave, we're on episode 20. Let's see when Karen gets to this episode.
Yeah.
But thank you for that email, Karen. If anyone else wants to email us at CD Realitycast, no, it's not at CD Realitycast. I said it every episode and get it wrong, don't I, Dave? It's at CD Realitycast if you want to follow us on Twitter or Instagram, guys. If you want to email us, it's cdrealitycast@gmail.com. And Dave, we have a review today, I believe.
We do, and it's entitled 5 stars, and it says, yes, so happy to have found a Love Island recap podcast. I like the light-hearted banter and also love the enthusiasm these two put into the show. Oh, my mum would be so proud. They love Trash TV as much as we do. Short and sweet recaps. Plus, so glad they agreed that James was being a total knob and also pointed out the seriousness of his behaviour. Thanks from Seattle. And that's from Mackie J. And that's in the US store. So absolutely brilliant. We do love those. Chris, you know, because the UK Love Island podcast, I guess, isn't on. So, you know, what are we? We've probably got about 50 or so reviews now. They've got about 39,000. So as long as we continue to keep podcasting, we're going to slowly...
We will, Dave. We'll probably be about 180 if they stop doing them now and we carried on. But more importantly, Dave, we're getting nice, fresh content out there. One, because we love Love Island. We love everyone listening to us. And two, we're just better than them, Dave. No, we're not really. But anyway, we are. We are, Dave. We are. Let's be honest. No, but we come at it from a different angle, don't we? We're just completely, we say it as we say, as Roy Walker used to say. That's an English little joke there.
Catchphrase.
Say what you see.
Oh,
right,
Mr.
anyway.
Chips.
Yeah, Mr. Chips, Dave. What a legend. So, Dave, we will see you tomorrow, my friend.
Bye now.